Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic, and what we're trying to do today is we are playing a Chandra tribal deck. We have all the Chandras and everything that even says Chandra, and that's pretty much it except for our Shock and Bag of Holding and our Mountains. Every other card in this deck says Chandra on the card name. So exciting. And the main reason we want to do this is because we got all of our new Chandras, and they are amazing. We aren't playing a lot of the older ones that are there. There are some pretty good ones as well, but there's so many good new cards that came to kind of support Chandra besides just the Planeswalkers themselves that this deck gets really fun. So first off, we have Chandra's Embercat, which helps us ramp up to our other Chandras, which is great when we have Chandra Awaken Inferno, which is the ultimate card we're going to get to. I'm going to talk about it kind of towards the end here, but we also have Chandra's Pyrohelix, lots of removal for the early game. Chandra's Regulator, 2 converted mana costs artifact. Whenever you activate a loyalty ability of a Chandra Planeswalker, you can pay 1 and you get to copy that ability. Super cool if you have things like the Chandra Novice Pyromancer. You can pay 1 to get 4 mana. So there's a really quick way that you can get up to the Chandra Awaken Inferno with the Novice. We're just going to call it Novice, Acolyte, and Awakened. Is that going to get Inferno? Anyway, pretty cool there. Chandra Spitfire, we're mostly using it in this card as like a defender for the first parts. And then when we do actually do damage to them, like with the, oh man, this does it on their upkeep. I wish it was on our upkeep. That would be really cool because then we could have Chandra Spitfire be massive with its ability. Anyway, we do have ways to do damage to opponent's face, which then Spitfire gets +3/+0. It's flying, it's evasive, can do tons of damage, and that's how we win the game. Is we are going to do 20 points of damage to opponent's face. This is a little bit more of like a big red style, though. It's more of grindy. We're going to be taking care of any threats that they have as best as we can, putting down emblems on the battlefield as many as we can, make it difficult for them to actually do anything. And then we are just going to win through value, basically. Bag of Holding is great because Chandra's Regulator also lets us discard cards, discard mountain cards to draw a card. So those mountains we can get back with Bag of Holding if we need them, and just anything else that we discard. It's a great filtering for our red decks, which is it's really important to have. And that's pretty much the deck. It's pretty straightforward. We're playing Chandra stuff, and so let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how this goes, and wish me luck. All right, so I'm not sure if I should be taking this into ranked just yet. I'm worried that everyone's still going to be playing the older decks in ranked, because that's typically what you see there is people are wanting to kind of keep growing their stuff, and so they might be playing the same stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. Yeah, you said you like watching me build the decks. Awesome. All right, I think I will probably start showing the builds of me building the deck into the videos as well. Oh, also for this video, I do have a new shirt, if you guys can see this. A friend made this for me. He just was like, hey, I'm making shirts. Do you want this? And I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. And so I finally got it today, and super cool. He's been, he was actually wanted to hear if you guys wanted to get shirts like this, because I think it'd be really cool if we could actually kind of, if I could help him kind of build a business out of it if we had 25 or more people that actually wanted a shirt with us. So leave it down in the comments below, in the video, in chat, if you guys are wanting anything like this. Merch from Hefe, from Jeff. I'd love to hear about it. All right, Chandra's Embercat. We are starting it out. The cool thing about the Embercat is that they're not going to just think we're playing Chandra just yet, because this also helps us cast elemental spells, and elementals are actually a pretty big thing right now. I think mono red elementals, honestly, not too shabby. But we're gonna get down Chandra Fire Artisan, and we want to tick up here with her, even though we're not gonna be able to play the card. It's just nice to be ticking up, getting to that -7 ability, which does 7 damage to their face, and we get to play 7 cards for that turn, extra cards available to us. So let's see if Paradise Druid swings at Chandra. That's fine. I wish we could target creatures. That'd be nice. But 2 damage to opponent's face. That's what we want to be doing. All right, so let's tick up. Make sure there's nothing else we want from the top of our deck. That's something that we want. So let's play Chandra. Let's -2. We could also, or sorry, negative. We can kill Paradise Druid. They didn't play a land last turn. We need to do that, actually. I was thinking that we can play this Ember Cat, but we still have enough mana for the other Chandra here. So let's just go ahead and -2 onto Paradise Druid. And no attacks. We're going to keep Ember Cat as a blocker now. If they want to swing with Paradise Druid, we're totally fine to block there. Because we still can -1 here to play this Chandra as well. All right, so play the Mountain. Oh, this is really cool. All right, so play the Mountain. Yeah, let's just wipe the board. Chandra, play the Chandra. -3, deals 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. So we get to get rid of basically all of their lands. We're going to... Let's go ahead and add mana. Play Ember Cat. Actually, let's tick up just to see if we hit another Ember Cat or something else we can play. Spitfire, okay, that's fine. Chandra's Ember Cat, and now we have our 3 Chandras down on the battlefield. Next turn, we're going to get an emblem down as long as they don't do anything crazy here. But we just have so much value between these guys. Our elementals are going to start getting bigger, swinging in for tons of damage next turn. All right, so Mountain. Chandra, Acolyte of Flame. We're going to do Pyro Helix. Actually, let's tick up first. Tick up. Chandra's Triumph. Perfect. All right, so kill that. We're going to tick down onto, or sorry, tick 0 here for elementals. Tick up on these elementals. Tick up here. Oh man, this is amazing. All right, swing it in. Oh my goodness, Chandras are amazing. We got every Chandra that we had out here as well. And next turn, they're going to be taking damage on their upkeep. So they have 3 turns to beat us, basically, or they're dead, because they can't do anything about emblems. They can gain life. But now, like, what do you do about this? All right, Hydra Krasis, they don't actually get to gain life with that. All right, we also got Chandra's Regulator. Oh my goodness, so we could have copied the ability there with the other Chandra, made them take 3 points of damage on their upkeep, and just done nothing and win. That was so good. Yeah, red shirt for the Chandra. That's right. What would be my price point for a shirt? I'm guessing around like $15 is what it would be. Is what I do for a t-shirt. I think that's about fair. Depending on like the process of shipping or anything like that, because it would be our own basic thing, I'd maybe go up to like $20. I don't think I really would go that point though. But 15 is what you typically have for a t-shirt, right? And these are custom made from what my friend does, and we would get like high quality stuff, maybe a little higher quality if we were actually doing a business with it or whatever, or if he was. I would talk with him about all that. But yeah, this looks really good. Well, basically, what we need to do is just have removal for the early game. Control is really rough for us. We just hope that no one's going to be picking apart our hand. That's probably the biggest weakness of this deck is the discard, and so that's maybe why we need to add 1 more bag of holding. I was debating on having 3 copies rather than just the 2, but I wanted more Chandra stuff in the deck instead. All right, so play a Mountain, pass the turn. This is instant speed, so we get to kill Llanowar Elves if it comes out. Anything else? Thought Erasure. Well, there's the Erasure. Takes probably the Spitfire, honestly. Spitfire is pretty good at this moment. It can become a 4/3 pretty fast, do 6 points of damage in a couple turns. It's an elemental as well. Oh, they don't take it. They probably have a decent amount of removal, though, as well. Palaka Worm. Oh, okay. This is... I know what deck this is. So I'm thinking that this is... what's it called? The Vannifar. The Vannifar deck, it's with Yarok. MTG Goldfish just did a video on a deck very similar to at least what I'm seeing so far. That was playing Palaka Worms, having lots of ETB effects with Yarok, and just doing some really cool things. And so looks like they might be digging for land here. We'll see how this goes. And it's like, it's so warm right now in this house. And I can't turn on a fan right here because it gets a little too noisy. So it's pretty warm right now, just so you guys know. All right, Mountain. I don't think we actually play this. I guess elementals get bigger. We can also do 2 damage to any target with this. Don't have a spell pierce. All right, let's get down Chandra. So we can tick up to give the elementals. Or -1. You know, actually, let's -1. Here we go. So -1. Chandra's Pyro Helix. 1 target. Submit. 2 damage there. Grow the Spitfire swing in for 4 down to 14. So 6 points of damage. Playing our cards a little bit. Next turn we have Shock. I really wish this could go face. But we have removal for Yarok if they get to it. Let's see if they have like a Verasa's Contempt. Yeah, but between doing 2 points of damage with Chandra here, a Shocking there as well, we can get Chandra's Spitfire to be really big next turn. Not lethal, I don't think, unless we hit another Shock. Or another way to do damage. If we do that, we could probably do quite a bit. All right, what do they put? Bond of Reversals. Yeah, this is I'm thinking this is pretty much just a straight up Yarok deck. Takes this Shock, bummer. Yeah, that would have been very good for us. All right, Chandra Fire Artisan. Let's go ahead and play that. Start getting card advantage. We're going to tick up now. All right, we have a Mountain to play. We can play a Mountain. Now that we know what we have, let's just tick down. We get more points of damage in now before they get to do anything crazy. Down to 8. If we top deck the right thing, we have lethal next turn. Let's see what they bring out. Yarok. All right, they bring out a Pelakka Worm. I was worried about that. So they do have the Pelakka Worm. So between Chandra here and Chandra's Triumph, we can kill Pelakka Worm. I don't think that we really care to do that. I think we'd rather just start going towards face a little bit. Oh, this has haste as well. Oh, man, I forgot that Bond of Revival gives it haste. That is amazing. So, yeah, you return target creature from a graveyard. It gains haste. What? All right, Pyro Helix. Well, let's tick up. Go digging for some sort of answer. If they hit it, we get to do 6 points of damage. Play Mountain. I mean, we can kill Pelakka Worm here. Is that worthwhile? I don't think it is. I think that we have to try and race here. So they even know that we have this Chandra's Triumph. So we could have killed... Yeah, we could have killed Pelakka Worm because we have a Chandra Planeswalker out. But as of right now, if they kill Chandra Fire Artisan, we can top deck a win. As long as they don't gain more life. Like if we... Yeah, there's some really cool things that we can do with this. If they don't do that, then we get to -7, do 7 points of damage. Oh, that's annoying. All right, well, they do get to kill our Spitfire. I'm a big fan of these Spitfires. I think they're really powerful. All right, opponent's starting to race. I think that's the best thing for them to do. If we find a way to shock him now, I think we will do that. So pass to my turn. That's not what we want. Tick up. Is this what we want? Bag of Holding. All right, well, let's go ahead and discard this Mountain. We can still play this, right? Yeah, so discard Mountain. Puts it into Bag of Holding. Chandra. We can put a loyalty counter onto the Chandra so it stays around as well. We get to do 7 points of damage. And then we can do this to a creature or planeswalker. Oh, it's an opponent controls. I was just thinking that, oh man, if we could have done that, we might have been able to do enough damage to kill that. So if we find a shock or a way to deal damage to our own planeswalker, we still have 9 points of damage next turn with the ability here. So let's actually tick... Oh man, that's interesting. If we plus up with 0, it goes up to, this Chandra goes up to 8. We're going to neg 7, deal 7 points of damage. If we find another something, or we can just swing with the elemental. You guys are probably yelling at me. You can just swing with the elementals, and you get the lethal there anyway. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking through the whole other side. I didn't even think of the elementals. Yeah, elementals as a shock towards the face. That works just as fine, just as well. Oh, and we can also go grab... Oh, what? Oh, that is just brutal. All right. Maybe I should have held on to Chandra's Triumph because I could have used that and its negative ability here to grab something. Opponent just had everything they needed to defeat us. They've gotten pretty good draws for that. Well, we can play both Chandras this way, so let's do this.
I'm Chandra. Nice,
It's weird hearing the voices for a bunch of different Chandras. We're going to exile just to take up. Embercat, not really what we needed anyway. We have 2 turns. Well, we have next turn to not die, I guess. So we have 1 turn. Tamio gets to bring back Dispersal. We can also get rid of this Chandra now as well. They can't kill this one. Man, that was rough.
I think you will find my notes helpful.
So I have a question. So with the thing that where it copies the a Chandra's ability, does it copy the amount of loyalty that's put onto a Chandra? I'm not really sure. I don't think that. I think it more copies the triggered ability, so the ability itself. So I don't. Yeah, I don't think that that's what it does. All right. Well, we get one more try at this. Oh my goodness! You got to be kidding me. Land and land. Well, we get to discard, so I guess one more try here. What? No way. Oh, man. All right. Good game, opponent. We'll let them swing in, do their thing. Oh, that was so frustrating. 3 mountains were on the top of our deck at that moment. We still had ways to come back with that. If we had found a way to do even 2 points of damage to this guy, or no, that was the other Chandra. Yeah, maybe we didn't have a way to really come back from that, but we had lots of looks. Oh, that was rough. Putting the loyalty is the cost. Okay, so it's the cost, and so then it would copy the activated ability. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. I just wasn't sure. All right, well, here we go again. Chandra Tribal. 2 games under our belt. We have gotten out Chandras pretty consistently. We've been doing good things. And honestly, I felt like we were still in that game throughout it. Opponent drew amazing, like exactly what they needed to beat us. Maybe I could have killed the Palaka Worm earlier and I went for damage. And then we just drew terribly from that point on. And so I don't think that was necessarily our fault for keeping that or going that way. This is good. We actually want to have more lands in this deck to try to get to our big Chandra. We'd like to run into that big Chandra here before too long. But we do have some removal and removal with the Pyromancer here as well. Grows our Embercat if we can kind of go aggressive that way. Play the Mountain, pass the turn. Incubation Druid. Well, we're going to kill that right away. Always a fan of killing the elves. You dead, son. All right. It's a Bant deck. That's always frightening. I think that we're actually going to play Spitfire here over the Embercat. Embercat is good. I like the idea of getting out Chandra in -1 to add 2 for the Embercat instead. So let's play this. I mean, that's one thing about Chandra, all the new Chandra stuff, is that they all work together very well. Like, all of the cards, like, there's a lot of synergy in this deck, which you don't typically see as much synergy, fun synergy type of things that you do with red decks. But all the Chandra stuff, really, really fun, and I've been really impressed with how powerful it is so far. Is it top tier? I don't think so, but at the same time, we're doing some pretty cool things. Okay, Chandra's Triumph. We can't target that anyway. So let's just Mountain Spitfire. And let's just, yeah, plus up on our elementals. Swinging for 7. All right, so they do block with Paradise Druid. That's fine. They haven't really been casting anything big. We have Chandra's Triumph to do 7 points of damage to anything big here. Bring out a Vannifar. You know you want to. Ooh. All right, so Mountain. So I think I want them to react to us here first. So actually 2 damage to opponent. This is going to grow the Spitfires even more.
I'm gonna try something new.
Swing it in. See if there's like a Settle the Wreckage. No Settle the Wreckage. Don't have a counter. Please no counter. No counter. Okay. All right. Tick up. Oh, this is so much damage. Can you beat us in 5 turns, opponent? Can you beat us in 5 turns? Oh, and these guys become much bigger blockers if we needed them to block with Chandra emblems. We're going to get another emblem next turn. If they play any creature that we were fine with them with killing for 3 mana. All right, so how much toughness is this? It's 5x5, right? Well, we have the Triumph here. Oh, and another Triumph. All right, so let's just triumphantly destroy them. We're gonna tick up again. It really doesn't matter at this point. We have 2 damage to opponent, and then these guys get bigger. I'm gonna show them the other Triumph here just for the fun of showing our hand. I know this is, some people say it's really rude to do too much here, but I do that because that's what I prefer. I would prefer that people show me the cool things that they could do that hand, as long as they can do it quick. If it's like they're taking forever tapping everything down, I feel like I was playing that quicker. That's what I actually prefer. That's why I do it. So everyone that's saying that I'm rude or whatever there, I don't think it's that rude. I think that's actually really fun. I want to see the cool things people can do. Oh yeah, it can't be countered. That's right. I totally forgot it can't be countered. Oh, man, it's so broken. That is such a good card for 6 mana. I mean, it competes with Nissa. The Nissa is insane. All of the Teferis are insane. So like all the Planeswalkers are insane. But I think it's on a different level. It is a very good card. I think Jeskai Control is going to be very scary in the future. I am glad that Big Teferi cycles out on the next set. At least we won't have both Teferis for too much longer, because that's a little bit crazy. Can we actually pay for the ability with it? Not yet. So let's go ahead and get out Embercat. Next turn we can play out the Novice, get out the Regulator. Don't kill my cat. This cat is angry at you, my friend. Just saying. Very angry. Well, bring out the Acolyte. It's an instant or sorcery, so we can't grab our Embercat again. All right, well.
Hey, these little guys are great.
And it gets, so they can cast it from the graveyard. Is that what it says? You may cast target instant sorcery card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard. If that card will be put into the graveyard again, then exile. Okay. Well, that's a little bit annoying. All right, so Chandra.
I'm Chandra. Nice to meet you.
Let's do we want to get out the Chandra Regulator here first? I might not want to take these guys down. Let's go ahead and create some elementals. Buff the elementals. Swing in for 6.
Look at all these friends.
And if they put Resplendent Angel towards the Chandra here, like we're actually fine with this one dying and getting out the other one. Next turn we get to bring out Regulator. We get to double to elementals, swing in for a ton of elemental damage. No Varas's Contempt. There's a Shalai. All right.
Well, that's rude.
All right, so here's what we do. Chandra's Regulator. Oh, man, this is insane. All right, so create elementals. Do we want to copy it? Yes, we do. Absolutely, I do. Okay, 2 guys. Now we get to copy this one. This is broken. What the? We could also kill Shalai here, but I think this is just better. Like, they're going to have to block this to not be dead. We have 20 points of damage.
Time to turn up the heat.
Holy crap, this is really cool. This is really cool. I like this a lot. They have to block with Shalai. Actually, they're dead anyway. Even if they block with Shalai, they're dead. I forgot that they had swung with Resplendent Angel. Yep, block the one. All right. There you go. Dude, that's insane. I was thinking these were like the weaker Chandras, but the ability to bring out elementals with the Regulator. That's a turn 5 you win, and that's if you don't have an Ember Cat to make everything cheaper. Wow. That's really fun. That is really, really fun. All right. I don't think you can do it really before turn 5, turn 6, but still, that is wow. Okay, we're gonna play one more game with this Chandra deck. Then we'll go to the wrap up for this one. Wow, man, that is. I am really enjoying this deck. I didn't think it was gonna be this powerful, but we've been playing against pretty powerful decks as far as I can tell as well. Like, our decks that are doing things. Maybe they've been a little bit slower, but I mean, that was some powerful stuff right there. I'm a fan. All right, we're gonna keep this absolutely. Like the Ember Cats, and even with all the cards we have, like I really haven't been like frustrated with having any of the cards that we've been drawing so far. Like none of these have really felt bad in the deck. All right, Leyline of Abundance. Let's see. Do they have the turn 1 Llanowar? No, they don't. All right. Well, we get to kill any mana dork they play this turn with the Pyro Helix, except for Druid of the Cowl is the only one that we can't kill. Or I guess Paradise Druid as well. No. All right. They don't get to play it. Ley lines also work with Chandra, the Ember Cat as well for Gruul Elemental. Just FYI there. All right. Ember Cat coming down. Next turn, we can Ember Cat and Pyro Helix ramp and be able to play the other Chandra on the next turn. So, yeah, this is pretty good. Doesn't play... I think we still want to go for this Chandra. It can't be countered, and it's just better. So, yeah, let's just get down another Ember Cat, swing in. We don't need to worry about this Chandra just yet. Man. All right, opponent just scoops it up. I think they just didn't have any of the right draws besides having the Leyline of Abundance. Yeah, we're going to call it there still, but man, I've just been really impressed with how consistent that deck was running. I did not expect that. I threw that together in like, you guys saw it was like 2 minutes tops. That was really cool. All right, so here's the wrap up with this deck. It's flipping amazing. I think that all the Chandras are good. You can add even a few other of the Chandra Planeswalkers. Let's check out which ones there are. Yeah, so we have a few others that can also be added, like the Bold Pyromancer, a 6 for mana cost. You get to add 2 mana and do 2 damage to target player. If you're running more of a Spitfire version of the deck, I think that's really powerful. Maybe even better in some cases than the Awakened Inferno. I think overall Awakened Inferno is definitely better because of the board wipe, because of tons of things. This also does 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker for next 3, and then next 7 deals 10 damage to target player, each player controls. So maybe adding one of these could be worthwhile. honestly, we were ramping up pretty consistently with Pyromancer here. Maybe you want to add another bag of holding. I kind of felt like that was okay where that was. There's one more here. Let me grab the one from not collected here as well. There is also one more. This one, Flame's Fury, deals 2 damage to any target for +1, deals 4 damage to target creature and 2 damage to that creature's controller for -2, and then 10 damage to target player or whatever. So pretty similar to the Bold Pyromancer. I don't know if you want to add any of these other ones. They might be good. It's just that getting up to 6 mana, you're wanting to get to Awaken Inferno. Maybe a Banefire could be okay, where we do kind of have the ramp with Novice Pyromancer and the Chandra's Regulator. Anyway, so there's some really cool things you can do with this deck. That's what I'm trying to say. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.